Okay, I think most people are now seated, so I'm just going to make a start. My name is Emma Whitehead, and I'm a skills advisor for the British Council. I'm based in London, and I am responsible for advising East Asia. So I've been working very closely with colleagues in Vietnam and other countries in the region to work on skills and employability. I'm actually only going to speak, having now made you all quiet, I'm actually only going to speak for about 2 minutes because the purpose of this session is for networking, planning and mini-mentoring. I think one of the most powerful things about international skills partnerships is that they bring together different people with different experiences, different perspectives, different areas of knowledge and expertise. And having brought all of you wonderful people together in this room, we want to make sure that you have time to do exactly that, to share your understanding, do some future planning. So what we're going to do for the next hour is just give you some time for reflections on what you've learnt, to inspire each other of what you're going to do next. We've organised the room into 3 different zones to do this, to try and keep some focus to your conversations. So over here, zone 1, is going to be an area for those of you who are interested in responding to the global call. So Neil last night made an announcement of our largest ever global call for international skills partnerships. So people who are interested in those opportunities, who want to spend a bit of time talking to each other about how you might want to work in consortia, how you might want to work together to respond to that call. There's space over here to do that, and Neil, I think, will be in this area to answer any questions you might have about the call and the next steps for that. Zone 2 is at the back over there, and Zone 2 is all about planning for future impact. So if you're already in a partnership or you've started talking to people that you've met throughout the conference and you want to spend this time making some plans for how you're going to take those partnerships forward, then that's an area for you to go and have those conversations. And then Zone 3 at the back over there is just an area for exchanging knowledge, exchanging ideas and insights, exchanging experience. So people who have a more general interest or they've been struck by insight over the course of the last day and a half and they're desperate to talk to people about it, have a discussion, that's the area for you to do that over there. People who have very specific partnerships that they want a bit of time to talk in a quieter environment, please do feel free to use this time to go off and have those conversations in some of the more comfortable seating areas. But if you do leave the room, please come back by 2:30, because at 2:30 promptly we want to have half an hour for feedback. We'll keep that very, very short so that we have lots of time for the very exciting end of the conference with the International Skills Partnership Awards, which are being displayed here on the stage just to get everybody very excited. Okay, so make your way to whichever zone you think. Feel free to move around the zones in the next bit of time until 2:30, and I look forward to seeing you all back here then. Thank you.
And a chart showing you the progression.
And
then please provide our ability.
Yes, one day, and then it's followed by 2 days. Absolutely. So you cover all the qualifications independently, from level 1 to specifically or construction?
Logistics to start.
That you would like from British Council at this stage? Any input, any comments? We've got the call going on the loop there, so we've got all of the details of the call on a running. We ran through this really quickly last night because we just wanted to announce it. We didn't really want to spend the dinner going through this for obvious reasons, but we can spend a little bit more time going through these now. So essentially there are 6 countries going into the call. They are Egypt, Jordan, Tunisia, Pakistan, South Africa and Vietnam. Institutions identified in country. Now the number of institutions identified in country don't always reflect the number of partnerships. So in the case of Vietnam, we've got 3 partnerships. They're all with the Vietnam Vocational Training and Accreditation Agency, okay? And you will all meet the Vietnamese agency. We are at the same time on that week. So that's basically the plan.
Terus baru ke naik bangku.
Iya kan? Kemudian nginep-nginep. Ini yang pertama ya.
Terus udah gitu dan
Kita lagi rekam, kita lagi rekam.
iya kamu pakai tuh nggak boleh juga tadi sih.
Indonesia tuh malunya bagus.
Makanya dia bilang kayak selatan di Bandung itu katanya bagus banget ya kata dia itu di Jakarta.
And then GDPT when we run the seminar to share how you assess the practice and quality assurance and economics, and then we discuss and find out what would be the suitable model for Vietnamese college to work at this stage. And this is at the seminar level. This is to work out.
All of the information will be on.
So after 6 or 8 months of the pilot, there will be another seminar. No, I think there will be another visit by the UK College to assess the impact. What is not, you can do it. And then the GDPT agency accreditation will take over the model and prepare such kind of case to a national document and then apply.
Can I ask what GD, what does it stand for? That's a really good model. I can share what that college was interested in, and it was ourselves, North Hertfordshire College, so it's a consortium, it was the journey from where we were to outstanding and sharing that. And we started at a strategic level with our principal, setting the scene with this large college in South Africa who are here. We did training with managers on teaching and learning, on lesson observation, on how to measure impact. But at the same time, we trained the teachers. So we were looking at the sustainability, because there is no point in putting in a management structure and a quality assurance structure if the people
What we need to do is think.
Boys and girls over there, so they get proper employment. At the moment, we have people coming from vocational institutes. We have also this other stream of about 95% people come from formal training. With formal training, it's 95% of our technicians come from there. But again, within these institutes, we want to develop, have linkages with some organizations where they can sit on our board through video conferencing or something, or share their experience with us, Because every country has its own problems. We have our own problems. If you want to implement what is good for Vietnam may not be true for Pakistan. So we want to share our whatever our experiences are. As a private sector person, I have a plan, but I want support from others to speed up the vision that I have. So this is what I'm looking for, international support.
Learners per year for regular then for the long term 3 years or 3 years or 2 years for the college level.
It was very successful at one point. It was very exciting.
And would you want to
Would include other partners as well. Because what we've been doing is ultimately sharing the experience and actually just.
And we call it III program, Advance and Accelerate. It's a bridging program to bridge a gap between school leavers and people entering colleges. And then we did the learning company model, which we learned quite a bit about. So I think we found.
20 minutes time, we have 3 very important things to do before that coffee break. So, the first of those very important things is to complete the evaluation forms. So my colleagues are coming around now with green evaluation forms. If I could ask you all please to fill in one of these forms. There are some of the usual questions that you often find on evaluation forms about your experience of the event, but you'll also find the 2 questions that Melanie asked us all this morning to think about, because we want to try and capture from you some of the most important things that you have learned, some of the insights that you have gained from the last day and a half, nearly 2 days, and also what it is that you're going to go away and tell others. So what you're personally going to take away and reflect on that might impact your work, and what you're going to go off and tell other people. It's really useful for us to have that on the evaluation forms, because we will capture that in the report that we will share on the website, which will help all of you to remember that this is some of the key things that you took. And also it helps our colleagues in the countries where you're from to help support and follow up on your plans. So it's really useful for us if you can please fill in those forms, take a bit of time to do them, those last 2 questions particularly, while we have this session. The second thing that I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to come round. We have some very beautiful postcards of Vietnam. This is particularly for those of you who haven't come from Vietnam and therefore will be very excited by these postcards. What we're going to ask you to do is basically write yourself a postcard. So we want you to address the postcard to yourself, or if you're from an organisation, an institution, you can address the postcard to your organisation and do this with your colleagues. But what we want you to write on the postcard is something that you want to remember in 6 months' time. So something that you want to have seen happen in 6 months' time in your organisation, in your partnership, that you want a reminder to yourself. You're going to leave those postcards with us, and then we will post them to you in 6 months' time. So you'll receive a postcard from your today self, your future self will receive a postcard from your today self as a reminder of what you wanted to take away from this conference and what you wanted to have achieved, and a reminder of how beautiful Vietnam was while you were here as well. So I'll come round and hand those out. The last important thing we want to do before coffee is we would like to try and get a photo of everybody who is here. And the photographer has had a great idea of taking this just outside the hotel. There is a slope that we can stand on, so it'll be easy for him to take the photo. So once you have completed your evaluation forms and written a postcard to yourself, we will then start ushering out to take the photo. Then we will have a coffee break, and then we will come back for the International Skills Partnership Award. Okay, thank you.